The second one. My name is Akshay Sharma. Today's date is 20th April 2014. I am interviewing Mr. Jagmohan Pandit for the first time. This interview is taking place at Dehradun, Uttarakhand, India, and is being conducted on behalf of the 1947 Partition Archive. So, sir, can you please tell us what is your name and what is your father's and mother's name?
My name is Jagmohan Pandit. My father's name is late Dr. Richard.
And your mother's name?
Mother's name is Veera Devi.
Can you please tell us your place of birth and your birth date? In what year were you
I
born?
was born at Sialkot, which is presently in Pakistan. My date of birth is 12th August 1931.
Okay. So, can you tell us a bit about your family history? Where is your family originally from? From where do they come? And can you talk about your grandfather or some of your forefathers?
So my ancestral family starts from a place near a village near Gujranwala. Gujranwala is a district place in Pakistan. And there is about 2.5 to 3 kilometers away from that district place, one village known as Lohianwala. So our ancestral place is Lohianwala. From Lohianwala, my all ancestors lived there. My grandfather, grandmother, grandfather's brother, their sons. So all the family was confined to that village Lohianwala, which was a distance about 3 kilometers from Gujranwala. So my father, he was the youngest brother of all the 3 brothers. He had 2 eldest brothers. And he was educated, as I remember, in Gujranwala, mostly because that was the district place. And he became a doctor, passed his MBBS, became a doctor, and started his career as a government doctor in PCMS, Provincial Medical Service. So we were 3 brothers and 1 sister. All the 3 brothers, they were elder to me, and sister was also elder to me. The age gap between my elder brothers was about 15 years, and the age gap with my elder sister was about 7 to 8 years. So we were shifting to place according to the place of employment of my father, and being in the Punjab state, he was transferred in different places in Punjab, that state.
So, can you tell me where all did you grow up? Which all cities did you grow up in?
As far as I remember some of the cities where we lived during my childhood. One of the places, Gujranwala, Gurdaspur.
Yes.
Gurdaspur, district Gurdaspur. My father was posted as a civil surgeon. I was a small child of, I think, 5 or 6 years. And that was we had a very big house in the district Gurdaspur. One I remember there were many mango trees in our house. We used to have many mango trees. I was quite naughty boy at that time. Then another place which I remember, one incident which I remember is that my father went to the Ariwal woolen mills for inspection. So all our family also went there. So when we went to the mills, they said, all right, all the elder members are allowed to visit the mills, but the young boy, he is not allowed to visit the mills. So I was allowed, so I was to stay in the car, and all other family members, they went inside the village to see that. This is one particular incident which I still remember, that in the mill, we went there and I was not allowed to go to the mill. But later on in my life, fortunately, I got employment in the same place.
So, after Gurdaspur,
After Gurdaspur, one more incident of my life in 1947 is Sheikhupura. Sheikhupura is also a district place in Pakistan. It is about 25 to 30 kilometers from Lahore. Lahore was the capital of Punjab. So what happened that my one cousin who was a law graduate, and my father thought that we should make a bungalow somewhere, but I don't know what was the choice of making a bungalow in Sheikhupura. Probably I don't know why he made a bungalow at Sheikhupura, or he was first posted in Sheikhupura for some time, and he purchased a land there, and he got his bungalow made. Later on, my cousin, who was the advocate, he started his practice from Sheikhupura. He thought that it was a living bungalow is there of my uncle, so he started his practice at Sheikhupura. So, last posting of my father was also at Sheikhupura. He got retired from Sheikhupura and he stayed some time in our own bungalow before retirement. My elder brothers, they were studying in Lahore in colleges, and my sister, she was also studying in Lahore. Then after some time we also shifted to Lahore because all due to the education of the children. When we shifted to Lahore, I was in primary class. As I remember, second to third class. I was second and third class student when we shifted to Lahore. So my brothers were in the colleges, my sister was also in the Sacred Heart School there. My elder brother was there in Government College, Lahore. And I was also admitted in English medium school. Anyhow, after 2-3 months, my father was not satisfied with his English medium studies because they thought that I was very weak in mathematics and in English also they was not satisfied. So they withdrew from that convent school and said you join an ordinary Hindi medium school near to our house. That was very far off from our house, the English medium school. So I was admitted in a municipal school, Hindi medium school. I also remember, I think, 4th class. I was in 4th class, and I used to go to the school. That was a very unequipped school. We used to sit on the floor with the matting. All the teachers were Mondan. After studying or passing my 4th class, and I had to go in other school because that school was only up to primary 4th class. So after 4th class, there were other schools from 5th to 10th. So I went then and I got admission in another municipal school in the 5th class. That was also a very Muslim concentrated area. That school was also in a very Muslim concentrated area. And in my class, mostly 95% were Muslim boys, and 2 or 3 boys were hardly of Hindu, and that too also poor. Since I belonged to a very respectable, rich family, they were all jealous of me. None of my schoolmates were very close friends of mine because they were poor Muslim boys. My living place was also away from the school. One think one of my friend, which was near to my house, he was son of a Chapadasi, Kian. So I used to, once I went to see my friend, and he was living in a small room in a bungalow. His father was living there. But once I went there, and mostly my company, we were living in a very big bungalow in Lahore. The place was known as Panja Mahal Road, Panj, P-A-N-G, Panja Mahal, P-A-N-J-M-A-H-A-L, Panja Mahal Road, Mozang, M-A-Z-A-N-G. Mozang is the name of the area. Mozang is the name of the area, Lahore. So that area, Mozang area, was mostly populated by Muslim people. But this road, known as Panchmal Road, probably it was named because there were 5 palaces on this road. That is why it was known as Panchmal Road. And most of the people living on this road were highly educated, mostly you can say bureaucrats. In one of the houses there was one minister who also studying, he was also living there. And also the hostel of a medical college was also there on the same road. Very highly educated people were living on that road. That was, our house was very big. It was about 4 bighas of land. Such big a house was there with a garden, with a very good house there. Garage and all the cars. We were maintaining a car in Lahore also. In those days, only a few people used to maintain a car. So we had a Chevrolet car, maroon shade, I still remember. So after what happened was, when I was in 8th class, so I was very disgusted with the school because it was not the municipal school, and most of the boys were all Muslims. There was no company of mine except my neighbors. So what happened that there was to be a competitive examination in 8th class, and if you get a good merit in that competitive examination, people and students used to get a scholarship, 9th and 10th class. What happened, my teacher said, well, if you are good in studies, why don't you appear in this competitive examination? So I said, all right, I appeared for this competitive examination. And for this competitive examination of 8th class, DAV High School, Lahore, was made the center of examination. DAV school was quite far away from my house. So I went there to DAV High School, Lahore, quite far out. I was highly impressed with the DAV High School. It was a complete Hindu culture there. All the students were from the middle class, rich class also, rich people were there. And the surrounding was also good, teacher was also good. And I was really impressed with the school. So I told my brothers, but I want to study in DAV school. I don't want to study in this high school. All right, and they thought, all right. So I was admitted in the 9th class in DAV school, probably 1946. My father had a problem of prostate glands, and in those days there were no proper treatment for prostate glands. They used to open surgery was there, and there were antibiotics were not discovered during that period. There was penicillin. Penicillin was also not there. Only sulfur medicines were there. So my father, there was 2 options, either to go to England and get operated or to get operated at Lahore. My elder brothers got married, I think 1943, 44. But my sister was not married at that time. So since my father was having this problem of prostate glands and he was not willing to get it operated, he used to get his urine extracted with the help of a cathedral twice a day. That was also not very convenient process. So day after day, he got swelling in the body. And by the regular use of cathedral, there is also the possibility of infection. So once he was sick, there was one friend of my father, Dr. Ganesh Das Kapoor. He came to see him and suggested why doesn't he get operated. So he got operated. He was willing and Dr. Ganesh Das operated him for prostate. It was the day of Basant, mostly March 1945. And after operation, the next day, he expired.
Before that, in Lahore, the schools that you were attending, till class 8th, what was the medium of the